What's going on, guys? My name is Nick, and I have great news for you and all of us who use Unity. Unity just announced not too long ago that they are fully canceling the one-time fee. Well, not the runtime fee. The runtime fee. I got mixed up with my wording. I thought I said one, but I meant runtime fee. So the runtime fee is basically what Unity introduced, where they're gonna charge you per install if you make over $200,000 annual. If you make over $200,000 lifetime, and if you make over if you have like over 200,000 installs of your game, and they were gonna charge you like I think it was like 2 cents per install or 0.02 cents. It was something like that. It was just ridiculous. It made it really confusing for a lot of people who use Unity. So, but they did something great and effective immediately. So this effect's already happening, whether you're using Unity 6 or you're using a prior version of Unity. This is taking effect, and it's just great news for all of us that use Unity, including myself. So I'm going to explain this with you. So we're going to take a look at this article here. This is taken directly off of Unity's website here. So right here you'll see cancellation of the runtime fee and pricing changes coming right from Fabian. I don't know who Fabian is. So there's that. So obviously based on your feedback, yeah, basically they're just saying like everyone's leaving us. Let's go fix this. So down here, effective immediately. Basically, only gaming industry customers, so basically people who use Unity, essentially. So we're gonna go down. So basically, they're getting rid of the runtime fee fully. So down here, now there's three different versions of Unity. There's Unity Personal, Unity Pro, and Unity Enterprise. So Unity Personal is basically free up until you make $200,000. I think it's only on the game. It could be either on the one game or it's lifetime. I think it's lifetime, so I'm just gonna say lifetime. So if you make over $200,000 lifetime, then you're gonna have to pay for one of these subscriptions, Unity Pro or Enterprise. So prior though, you had to make over 100,000 to in order to force you to pay. But this is great news because now they doubled it, so you can make up to $200,000 without having to pay any sort of subscription fee to Unity, which is awesome. Awesome in my book, at least. So now we're gonna go down here. So obviously, up until $200,000, then you're all good to go. So once we hit Unity Pro and Enterprise, so Unity Pro, they're raised up the subscription by 8%. So, which makes sense because you're getting rid of the runtime fee, and they haven't really upped their subscription for a while. Then naturally, they're gonna wind up raising up the subscription service, especially since the runtime fee is no more. So they're raising it by 8%. So now the price is going to be $2,200 annually per. It says per seat, but it's basically per person. So if me, for example, I have 3 developers and we're all using Unity essentially, right, in my company. So I would have to pay $2,200 for me and then the other 2 people, right? So because per seat. So at least it's so it's per seat, so it's per person. So and this is required after you make $200,000. Right here. Yep, total annual revenue. So it's annual, so it's yearly. So if you make over 200K yearly, then you have to pay for Unity Pro, and it includes funding too, as well. Now, changes in Unity Enterprise. Now, they're raising it up by 25% subscription price increase. Now, this is required if you make more than $25 million total annually. And that includes funding as well. And it says a minimum subscription may apply. Now, the reason why it says like may apply and all that stuff is because Unity Enterprise, you have to reach out to Unity in order to get a pricing from them. So I can't turn around and be like, oh yeah, it's going to cost you $10,000 a year. I can't say that because Unity does not have that disclosed here. So it probably varies per company and stuff with how much you're actually paying. But that's how that goes. And obviously here, right, It's basically saying like, yeah, we're probably going to be raising the price every year now. They're saying this just to cover their bases for next year if they do this again. Which they honestly, let's be real, they probably will do this again next year. So who knows? Yes, it says right here, you have more details about the 2025 price changes are available on Unity's legal page and their GitHub repository. And then so this is exactly what I said right here, right? So canceling the runtime fee, it made and making necessary adjustments to subscription models, they're able to improve yada yada, just PR stuff essentially. So, but now I'm gonna go back to me. I think this is a great change. Get rid of the runtime fee because this, honestly, to me, just makes it so much more streamlined. I don't know why they were doing this runtime fee because it just made it so confusing with how much you're paying and stuff like that. It just, honestly, just didn't work. It just made things a lot more confusing, especially when you have Unreal Engine that just made it a lot simpler. Where they're like, I believe it's $1 million, right? I could be completely wrong, so do not take my word for this. Where they were like, oh yeah, alright guys, you don't have to pay us anything up until you hit X amount of dollars, right? Unity wasn't like that. Unity was like, oh yeah, we're going to introduce this runtime fee if you make over $200,000 and 200,000 installs, then you're going to have to pay us like 2 cents per install or whatever the hell it was. It was just, it was not good. Definitely not good. So, especially for indie game developers, it might be better if... No, not even. Because let's say, for example, if you're on a subscription service such as Microsoft Game Pass, right? You have Game Pass and you also have PlayStation Plus, where they have the Essential and they have... no, not Essential. Well, they do have Essential. But where you have Extra, PlayStation Extra, and PlayStation, I think it was Premium. I think that's their third tier, if I'm not mistaken. If you have those subscriptions, you're gonna have a bunch, and you're a Unity game developer, you put it on there, you're gonna have a bunch of people downloading your games. You could get tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands just random people downloading your game. They're not paying for it. Yeah, you're getting paid from Microsoft and PlayStation, but you're not paying for it, and then you're getting all these installs, and you're gonna have to pay Unity a big chunk of change because of all these installs. And also, too, how is Unity tracking all these installs? Also, like, you gotta think about it this way. Like, are they putting, like, a spyware into your game? That's just definitely not good and does not resonate, especially with customers. So, yeah, especially people buying your game, people will be more hesitant to buy a Unity game if that was the case, because they're going to be like, oh, they're going to put this spyware on my computer. I can't have this. Or even on my console. It just definitely was not a good look. So, but I give them kudos for doing this. Very good. So I'm happy about it because I'm an aspiring indie game developer hoping to go full-time one day. And this is great for me to see, you know, because prior I was a little worried. I was like, oh, that picked the wrong game engine. But no, after seeing this, my worries are gone. Now, of course, down the line, I am going to learn another game engine as well, probably Unreal, to really teach myself. Because it's always good to have a backup plan, right? Let's say if something happened in Unity one day and I'm essentially have like nowhere to go because then I'm rushing to learn Unreal. So definitely down the line, I'm probably gonna wind up learning Unreal at some point. But as I've said though, this is definitely a great change. So good job, Unity. So I'm gonna end this video here, and I will see you in the next video.